Hey, there you are. Here I am, the new dentist coach, Dr. Darwin here, with another tip for you. Quick tip for your interviewing. So I know you guys are still interviewing. You're getting ready for the interview day. One of the things I want to talk about today on the Quick Tip Tuesday, is the notion and the reason for taking notes. Taking notes, pen and paper. I'm telling you guys, when you guys are getting there for your interview, you've got to take notes. Yeah, you got to take notes. And there's many different reasons. Let's talk about reason number one. Reason number one, why you must take notes during your interview. Number one, there's some studies that are out there that show that right here, 70% of the information that you're hearing will be lost within how many hours you guys think? 4, 5, 12, 24? Try 48. 70% of the information that you hear during the interview is going to be lost in 48 hours. So somehow, some way, you got to be able to retain that information. How do you do it? You do it by pen and paper, taking notes, all right? Many of you probably are maybe not used to taking notes anymore because in dental school, a lot of the schools now, everything is taped or recorded, or the professors in the lecture hall or someone similar to that, and all the information is transcribed, or you have some kind of note service, so you don't have to take notes. But I'm telling you guys, this is how most people learn, by taking notes, going back over the notes, refreshing the notes, learning from the notes. So you don't want to not do that. Take notes, number one, all right? Or if you can't take notes, everyone's got one of these now. But you have to ask permission. Permission for what? To record. To record the presentation or part of the interview or something similar to that. Maybe you'll be able to record it. If there's some kind of Q&A session, or there's some type of formal presentation, ask if you can record it. And maybe they'll let you record it. But even if they don't, still doesn't neglect the fact that you've got to take notes. So number one, take notes. Number two, the reason why you want to take notes, because of the information that we talked about in number one, which is 70% of the information we lost in 48 hours. The second reason is because you're going to have a list of questions, and hopefully the notepad that you have on the other sheet, you've got some questions, all right? I tell everybody, you have to have questions, all right? There's no such thing as a dumb question except for the question you don't ask. And I know all of you will ask some questions. So once you ask the questions, you're going to be getting answers back from the people in the interview. Now you can write those answers down. You may have a list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different questions, right? And at some point during your interview or during the presentation, you're going to be hearing answers. Again, you're not going to remember every answer to every question. So you take your notes and you write it down. So that's reason number two. Reason number three is it's really good to use your notes that you've taken, whether it's 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages, and use it as a recap and for you to review at the end of your interview. You definitely want to do that. Actually, today we had some interviews, and I had about 4 or 5 interviewees, and they were taking some copious notes. I mean, they were like writing here, and they were flipping the pages, and they had 2 full sheets of notes, all of which now they can go back, look at their sheets, look at their comments, look at their notes, look at the answers to questions, and kind of review and recap what happened that day, what information was pertinent, what things that they can remember from the interview. So that's the third reason, to be able to review the information that's given to you and do a recap that same day, that same night, all right? I think that's a good use of your time to kind of now replay what happened maybe 10 or 12 hours beforehand in the interview. Fourth reason why you must take notes. You must take notes. You're going to use these notes for comparisons to other programs that you're going to, right? Again, you're not going to remember everything, but you're going to go to another program, maybe 2 programs, maybe 3 or 4, where you have other interviews, and you may have a whole new set of information, a whole new set of data that you're going to be able to now have over here. But you remember, you have from your first and second interviews, you have notes. So now you've got 2 sets of notes that you can compare and contrast and use for yourself in making those determinations, which leads me to the last thing, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th reason why you want to take notes. It says now you got those notes, you review them, you've done a recap, you've done some comparisons. Now you can take those notes, and those notes are going to help you start to rank your programs, right? Based on the information, based on what you need, what you're looking for, and then also based on the information that you received at each of those interviews. All right, so now you got 5 programs. Now you can start to rank. Well, this one's going to be number 1. This one's going to be number 2. This one's going to be number 3. This one's going to be number 4. And this one's going to be number 5. All based off of the information that you've gathered at the interview. This is why you must take notes. You must take notes so that you can really do a full assessment of each and every program. That's your job. That's your duty. That's your responsibility. Because at the end of the day, when you make up your match list or your rank list for these programs that you're going to be matching, or even if they're not going to be match programs, you still want to have some guideline that'll help you make your decision as to which program you're going to select. So there you go, guys. That's my time. I hope that's been helpful. And I hope that you will use these 5 points on this particular tip on why you must take notes during the interview. Oh, I have one more. Another reason why you must take notes is even if you don't have a lot of questions, even if you think you know everything about the program, the fact that you're sitting down, paying attention, taking notes, shows to the program and to the interviewers that you are interested. That you are interested. It's not just that you can just be at an interview and just sit there, maybe ask questions but not take any notes. The apparency to me is that, oh, okay, well, Dr. Jones, he knows everything. He didn't take any notes. He asked some questions, but he didn't write down the answers. Your interviewers might think that you think you know everything. Not a good look. You must appear to be interested, which we all know that you really are, because otherwise you wouldn't spend the time, the money, and the effort, put together an application, travel to the interview, get all dressed up and ready to go, just to be sitting there thinking or giving the appearance that you know everything. So don't do that. Take the notes, be engaged, be interested, ask questions, all of which the interviewers and the selection committee, we're watching you. We're checking you out. We're seeing how you respond. We're seeing what type of questions you ask. Okay, so again, hopefully this information here has been helpful. If you like this video, please comment down below. Just comment down below. And feel free to share this information with your colleagues, friends, classmates, and subscribe to my channel. This is Dr. Darwin Hayes, the new dentist coach. I hope this has been helpful. See you soon on the next tip. Make sure you use it too. See you on the next tip. Take care.